Hello everybody and welcome to the Eye of the Storm, our Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 role-playing adventure. I'm joined here today by our cast. We have Judy Soldier playing as Aiden. We have Chippendale playing as Cadence. Nick as James Stone. Ghost Chanter, who seems to be very happy with his on Skyrim Online, the Collector's Edition.
Daedric, that's right.
He's playing as our bard, Samal. And last but not least, Isai, playing as Darius Fossil.
What? Yeah.
So guys, what have you been doing this week? How's life?
I've been opening a box.
You've been opening a box.
It's been his past week. It's been quite the challenge.
Yes.
It's been severely challenging. He's had to deal with like 4 layers of sellotape.
Yeah. And everyone
There we
has...
go, 4 layers deep.
Okay, so let's see what our party did last time. Okay, so you guys finally made it to the capital outpost in this here dungeon that you've been crawling through. And now you finally have a chance to get outside. Though, as you enter, you notice that there are 3 factions in this quote-unquote city. Every one of this faction wants to do something else. The mages do not want to leave because they think they can just survive here eternally. The warriors want to march out with all their forces. And the Brotherhood of the Sky, seemingly the only neutral party here, is secretly trying to send you through a tunnel that leads into the ditch and outside of the castle, so you could surface on the other side and figure out ways of diverting the army into different parts, so that they can charge out and attack.
Slaughtered by a million demons.
That as well.
Million and one.
You've been doing a lot of stuff.
Run away!
I have no idea.
Let's see. Let's start it up. Last night, I think everybody went to sleep. That's where we stopped.
I have
pretty
no
sure I get
idea
the
about
microphone.
any of
Oh, did
these. I don't know about these factions, because remember I was not part of that meeting.
No, you are aware of the
belong to the
factions.
city,
You've
right?
been
I'm
here.
aware of the factions, but I'm not aware of that huge big meeting they had between the war.
No idea. You have no idea.
I was
Uh,
killing a goat.
Oh yeah, you were killing a goat.
What?
His legs don't fit.
Yes.
Talking about goats, Jack.
Actually, Chucky, we have something to show you. Simon, I don't know if you have it right on your person, but
link it in Roll20 because they can't see in Skype.
I think we have to. Oh, you can see it on Skype.
Yep, can't.
We only have the picture, so I can upload it to Imgur if you want to. Just give me a sec.
put it on Imgur and then link it in stream chat for him.
Yeah, I shall.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Do that. Okay, so you
goats.
guys, after last night, went to sleep. I think we had a slight problem with Isai with his power. So let's actually go back to Isai a bit before the night that you guys kind of go to sleep because you finished with that day. So Isai, what do you want to do the rest of that day?
Is there like any inns or anything around?
Yeah, you've been in an inn. The first time you came here after.
And I got my own room.
Yeah, everybody has their own room.
Okay, I crawl into the inn and I try and identify those robes.
Okay, so
You gotta identify!
shh, quiet down, everybody. You
praise
crawl
be.
up you crawl up in your room, and
I
then
literally crawl.
quiet down, and then as you go into a trance, you find yourself in a darkness surrounding you. In this darkness, up above in the sky, you have magical written words, meaningless and rubbish to anybody else but you. You recognize the names of the spells you cast on a daily basis, the ones that you have in your head always. Don't show screen, please. Don't show screen.
Ruined the overlay, Simon. How dare you?
Don't
It
share
was not-
screen, please.
It was not me.
I'm trying. I
Stop
just
that.
wanted to show everyone the beautiful goat.
It didn't show because
You can look at the. I linked it in.
I know I saw it.
Who
I don't
drew
even know how
that?
you did that.
My sister drew it.
Truffles the goat. Interesting.
That's going to be what Chucky's going to allow me to play next in the campaign, everyone.
We'll
yeah,
see.
Chuck-
We'll see.
If you
Anyway.
don't let, one has to hold it to him.
Okay, so you find yourself in this darkness with the magical runes above your head, and as you find yourself there, you see. 1 second.
What do we
So
see?
secretive.
Okay, sorry.
Hard to see.
So, let's see. One of the magical runes above you in the sky disappears, and you fall to your ground. In your mind, you hear the voice. You do not recognize the voice that whispers you new words, new words you've never heard before. But you recognize them immediately as words of magic, and they appear in the sky above you. And now you are able to.
Just
You
tell
are
me what
able.
it does.
You're able to
The
cast
suspense.
Identify, but you will need to sleep on it.
Okay, whatever. I sleep then.
The troll.
Okay.
The trolling.
When I sleep, I'm gonna like fucking sleep on those robes because I'm like holding them, so ain't nobody gonna steal them from me when they sleep. They're gonna have to kill me to get through.
Okay. You sleep on those robes.
So in other news,
Pardon?
James slips into his room.
No, give them
Natural
back.
20.
Somalian throws you. Yes,
There's like
this
the
is funny.
tablecloth trick where he just like pulls the tablecloth from under him.
No one notices, not even you. Okay, so you guys all wake up.
Actually, I want to just make it clear that I wake up fairly early in the morning, and I like just go outside and just stand in the middle of the street looking around, like staring at the roof of the cabin for like a good half an hour, just in case anyone is creeped out by that.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want to do anything specific, besides Aiden, who's outside, you guys find yourselves taking breakfast in the tavern.
I don't make breakfast. Fuck that. I try and identify it.
Okay, you cast Identify. Yeah.
Hold
let's
on.
see. Let's see. Your robes are magical, as you already know.
Oh.
That's what you managed to identify.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The magical. That's it.
You wake up like Eureka!
They give you a bonus 1 to AC and a bonus 1 to all saving throws.
Okay, let's go.
Holy shit, they're good.
So it's an adventurous rope basically.
Taken from Baldur's Gate. Yeah, that's an adventurous group.
I think so, right?
Yep, it's second edition. I think that's second edition. I don't know the 3.5 name of it, but it simply just gives you 1 to your AC and another 1 to all your saving throws.
It's really good.
Oh, it was mightily powerful. Okay, those are the robes. They are, as I said before, they are red robes with a white outline and stars sewn into the back of it.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm gonna put them on, but I'm gonna put them underneath my current robes, making myself like way over the
Yeah, I
top,
was
just to
thinking
try
like
and-
that. You
Yeah, it
pissed
looks
that guy
it
off
looks
so
very
much.
weird.
Yeah, I don't want
Like
to piss them off too much.
No, but it looks weird wearing two types of robes. Like you need to tuck need to tuck the sleeves in more so they don't show. You need to make sure it's all like tied very good around your waist because I mean
Oh yeah.
it might show inside and you can see the stars if they flash out. So I'm gonna say that he might figure it out, right?
Okay, screw
if
it.
he's
If
actually
it's
looking
like,
for
if
it.
it's like a might thing, I'm just gonna straight up wear them. Then
You,
I don't
you
give
should,
a shit.
you should make him roll a disguise test.
Nah,
See
he
if he
doesn't
can disguise the
disguise
robe.
himself. He doesn't disguise himself. He's just like wearing a robe on another one. If he's specifically looking for it, he will figure it out. But if
Alright,
nobody
well,
is looking
you're
for it, they
your
won't.
father.
The maid
I get
will
some
take all of your
chalk.
clothes off to find out what's underneath, the kinky bastard.
I want to get some chalk and just go up to him and write swag on the robes.
Yeah.
No, not seriously. Just swag.
Okay, so
Kick him in the balls.
I kick him in the balls.
you guys, let's see. After you identify, what do the others do?
Trippy,
Hey,
did I
don't
get
you
any
wake up?
money for my performance?
For your performance that night, let's see.
Say my
I
name.
should
You
also get
got
a
you
roll
got
as well.
about 15 silver. People were entertained. Mildly, when Cadence came in, they were
Terrence did not come in.
awed and
No,
amazed, and
I didn't.
Okay,
Okay,
Cadence
I,
never
did, I
came
didn't
in.
do that. I was just trolling. I didn't.
you
sing
rolled the action. You rolled the action.
Terrence did not come in.
It was a declared action. Anyway, yeah, you make about
I
15
just
silver.
mimed. That's the case. I just mimed. I didn't actually sing.
Did not come in.
Yeah, I mean,
and
you
he
were
was
so
severely
charming in
attacked
your
by
miming
Cadence Dotty.
that people that kind of come to the arena are feel for blood, gore, and others just for slutty women. So like when they saw you so beautiful
yeah,
there,
they got what the desired when she walked on, then that explains it all.
yeah, they were like, you're so beautiful. Everybody was in awe at just your miming, and the
Hey.
music accompanying you was very good. Like
Cadence
it
is
went
not
with the
that
background.
good looking though.
I can't get out of the box. Ah!
It's like
Anyway.
slightly above average. But okay. So
Yeah, you get 15 silver for that night, Samal. So
I feel
when you
like a
wake up,
sheep,
what do you wanna do? So what do you wanna do when you wake up, Samal?
How many silvers in a gold?
15 silver. That's it.
No, how many
10
silvers in a
silvers in a
gold? Is
gold.
it 10 or 100?
That's 1.5 gold.
One. Yep.
What would I do other than glare at Cadence for interrupting our performance? We were going to look for 2 orbs, weren't we?
Yeah, you already know where the orbs are. The orbs are in possession of the mages, and the were 3 orbs, not 2. One on Casimir, one on Reginald,
Yeah,
and
we know where one of them is, and he said we could have it.
I would.
yeah, everybody has
It's
an
identify,
orb.
by the way.
Mhm. You guys, you know that Casimir is waiting for you to like rest tonight and then come to him so he can show you the secret tunnel out of the city and you can
He was
go
the
scout
reasonable
up.
guy, right? He was the guy who was like chilling and all that stuff.
Yeah, he was the guy that's trying to like bring neutrality to the party, trying to approach both of them.
I have breakfast in there. In the inn, I go in there and order some sort of heavily meat-based dish and eat it.
Oh,
You order a
Stick.
pig's leg, and it is brought to you, and you devour it.
Yes.
Wait,
You
are
devour
you-
it in a
aren't you-
animalic fashion, or just very.
Don't you have some
just
hunter
can't-
food?
I technically do to be part of the stupid order, but because that order doesn't exist in this world, I guess I don't.
He is
Wow.
part of a
Um,
druidic order, but
I'm not part
it's
of a
not
druidic
necessary.
order. I
It's
am
not
not
that.
part of a druidic order.
We've already talked about this.
Yes, but I'm not part of their order.
Not actively.
But
You've been there. You've been.
they may like me, but it doesn't mean I'm part of their order. I don't give a shit about them.
Yo,
Um,
Aiden doesn't give a shit about many things.
It's like one of
No,
those
so-
relationships where they're like, "Oh, you should join us because you're awesome and kill people," and you're just like,
Did
Yeah.
you hope?
Yeah.
"Just
and
go
you
away."
get this free axe if you sign up today.
So I
Oh,
kind of
good.
just eat that a little bit messily, but I definitely take my time with it.
Okay, great. So you take your time. You eat Cadence. What are you doing?
I eat cadence.
No.
I cheer.
Do Fluffy has to eat, by the way? I don't remember.
No. Fluffy
then-
does not have to eat.
Okay.
Oh, Tricky, we have a quick
does Fluffy
question
want to
regarding
eat?
Fluffy.
Don't interrupt, please. Go on.
Can Fluffy eat if he'd like to?
Yeah, I mean, eating is not a necessity for him, but he can do it.
I'll feed him. I mean, and I want to inquire if there's any, silver, like a smith or like a silver worker or like a metal smith in the here.
Yeah, there's a metalsmith in town, and he is he's actually pretty good. He's a very good smith.
Okay. If we have time, I'd like to go there and talk to him about a proposition.
Okay. Soma, what do you want to say?
No, I was just saying, me and Simon had a quick question about Fluffy. If we killed Fluffy, could we chop her up and eat her, or does she just?
Fluffy disappears.
Is that the same? Is that the same for
Only if you
all
use a
summoned
magic knife.
animals?
All celestial and animals that are summoned for another plane, they disappear.
But those are not celestial then, because you can
No,
summon.
he said all summoned and celestial.
Okay.
But no,
Don't kill my husky.
Other than Simon wanting to do that, I just remembered I've got to read magic now. I want to read my my sword, because I never got the full description of the Ogre Magi because he couldn't
Okay.
read all the words.
Yep. You can read magic now. You read your rapier, and it says Dragon Tooth on it. That's the name etched in runes along the blade.
And did it say anything else?
Nothing else.
I thought it was etched all along in fucking runes.
Yeah, it's this thing going on and on again.
And it doesn't have any symbols on it or anything like that.
None that you can see.
Can I not do the spellcraft check just to be sure?
You can do a spellcraft there. Check.
Shout
I just
out.
briefly inspecting it. There's nothing obvious about it, besides the runes that mark it as being Dragon Tooth.
Oh yeah, just it says if there's any spells on it, +4.
13. Nope. Nothing. You found everything there is to find. You think?
Something.
Okay, so I finished IDing that shit, right?
Yeah. You finished. I didn't get like in 12 seconds or such.
Oh, okay, so
After.
it's easy. Okay, so I go down. I guess I'll have breakfast with him, and then I guess we'll be on our way to wherever.
Oh, and if I see the word Dragon Tooth written anywhere, I can read it.
Yeah.
Wherever. Or dragon or tooth. Just don't say it while you're pointing that sword at me.
Dragon Tooth! Oh shit, yeah, I've never tried that. Oh.
When you
Guys, I was
guys leave,
gonna play
do
for
you,
Dragon Tooth.
I saw a
when
Dragon
you guys
Tooth. What
leave,
you
do you
here?
collect me?
I'm sorry.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
think we all need
we
to
collect
meet
you and we
together to
leave.
find
We're
out
on
where
our
we're
merry way.
One second. Don't interrupt each other. I can't understand you guys. So Gary, what are you saying?
I just said we all need to meet together to find out where we're going to go.
Okay. And Isai?
We're just we're here. We're in the we go to get Jack, and then we just go to the paladin or whatever the guy is. I guess if everyone's okay with that.
He is the leader of the Brotherhood of the Sky, which is basically a Night Order.
Okay, cool. So.
Okay.
Do you need to go
Yeah.
toilet?
Go, Chippendale. What do you want to say?
I just like to remind that was Eustace the guy who talked to the mage? The mage
Eustace.
leader?
Eustace Hellstorm. Yes.
I'd just like to remind that even though, like you said, that the mages might just want to chillax underground as long as they want, I majorly guilt tripped him last time, like majorly guilt tripped him. So
Yes, I am aware of that session.
he probably is a little like more reluctant to actually just stay and chill. As long as we have a good plan, I guess. I mean,
Your
I guess
plan
I'll-
does not involve. I mean, your current plan does not involve either the warriors or the mages guild.
of course.
Mine does.
I mean, your current path that Casimir has laid in front of you. You may have your personal one or whatever plans you have, but the one from Casimir is not involve. It actually involves secrecy from the other two.
Samal does not want to go down no ditch. It sounds like a fucking stupid idea.
Anyway, let's get to that. So you guys meet up together, I guess, and you go to Casimir in the Hall of the Sky. He is
What's up?
waiting.
Got something to show us?
Yeah, no, he's waiting like in the hall at the entrance with about 3 knights accompanying him, and he brings you in one of the rooms. Motions you to sit down. You have drinks and a bit like fruits, bowls of fruits and such on the table.
I ask where the meat is.
Right, you've already eaten. Like this is just like snacks.
Meaty
I
stuff.
still ask. I
He
still
still
ask
asks
where
where's
the
the
meat is.
He says the inn.
What you said, mage.
Back to the end.
He points you down. You guys all sit.
I don't sit.
Okay. Everybody else?
I let Bob sit.
Yeah, if there's not place for Bob to sit, I would like.
No, there is a place for Bob to sit.
I'm
This
just
is
anxious
no
to get to
names.
the outside world, so I'm
There are
Is it
no
like a
names
little
in-
chair for Bob? Like, because I imagine the other chairs is too big for him, so like a little wooden chair.
It's too big for him, but he kind of stands on his feet but crouches a bit, so he has like
Unacceptable. He should have
he's
his
at
own
the
chair.
same path as you guys.
I mean, there should be
go
no
sit next
chairs,
to-
right? Can't he have a high chair or something?
I'll buy one and carry it around.
Yeah.
I go and
He's
sit
like
next to Fluffy.
He's like our baby or something.
I sit next to Fluffy and pat him.
Okay.
Okay.
Casimir looks at you guys and says, "Well, are you ready for today, or do you have any other questions?"
We are ready.
Let's get
He
on
looks
with
at each and one of you for confirmation.
it. Let's get on with
Go,
it.
go, go.
Go,
Stick together,
no
team.
time.
We'll
I
come
guess
out
it-
on top.
So Mark
Okay.
strongly thinks we should get these orbs first.
So do you actually say that?
Oh,
He
he
said
thinks it.
there's-
He said he thinks it.
There's no way. I'm asking him if he actually said it.
Yeah.
There's no way we can get the orbs. We need to bring proof that the outside can be defeated, so that the wizards will give us their orb. And I will never.
The wizards have the orb.
The wizards have one of the orbs.
Get
then,
them to give it to us.
We can just simply storm their tower. The loss we will have, not to mention the losing.
If they are
the
holding
wizards
the
on our
orb
side.
from us, they are an enemy.
I could steal it.
I could
If
steal
I
it.
have,
I doubt
You
if
could
you
help
could
me
get
steal
inside.
it.
if I have to storm that place myself and rip all of them apart, I will. I just need to get out of this goddamn
that's-
sewer.
My
I'm giving you a way
No,
out.
no.
I'm
Yeah,
giving you a way out.
my objection is that if you go and get this proof that you can get outside, and the mages don't want to go outside, as soon as they find out that we can go outside, they're gonna hide the orb.
It's not the fact that they don't want to go outside. They're scared. They're scared of what is outside. Unlike the old
Isn't that the same
warriors,
thing?
unlike
They're
the
scared,
warriors,
so they don't want to.
don't interrupt me, please. Says, looking at you, and then turns around and
Wait,
continues
had no
on.
logic in it.
Unlike the warriors that want to charge through outside, they're scared they won't survive, as the wizard race is a dying breed on this world. If we bring proof that we can reroute the armies around, basically strike the surprise or anything that seems important to the army, then we can charge out and take out these two halves of the army as they deal with the problems you guys have caused. It's gonna be easy if we find out, if you find out where the strategic assets are.
How big's the hole?
How big? What?
You said there was a hole leading out to a ditch.
No, there is a tunnel. It leads to the ditch on the outer side of the inner castle. And he kind of brings up a map and shows you the whole city of Faerûn. There's like a big, massive sized city, and inside, like a quarter of the city, it's an inner castle, and the inner castle is surrounded by a ditch. He points inside of this circle and says, "This is where we are," and shows you the back courtyard of this castle. This is where the rune gates go. The tunnel goes from here, and he kind of like actually draws his finger to a side of the outer castle, and then this is where the tunnel leads to. If you get out there, there's gonna be our resistance from outside, the few that have been left. Bring down a ladder, bring you up, and help you find whatever there is to find there to reroute this army to other points
Yep.
besides the
So
locates.
How big is this map?
exactly.
It's
How big
like
is the map?
it's pretty big. It's like 6 A4 sheets put together basically.
Yep.
Could I
So
roll it up and take it with me?
I mean, if you ask him.
Yeah, I asked. Well, I want to know that it's not like a big wall map that we're looking
No,
at.
it's not. It's not a big wall map.
It's
It's,
like-
like
it's like
something
a
he
m-
brought out of his pack.
Yeah, I asked him if I can have,
Back.
if I can use it.
Oh
Sure.
yes, of course. You'll be equipped with maps before you leave.
Okay, I take that one if he
I
lets me.
swing with.
no,
my-
I want to ask on the how wide is the ditch?
Okay.
About. He thinks. I'm not completely sure, but it should be 10 to 15 feet.
And you want to sneak or charge an army through a 10 to 15 feet wide ditch.
No, I've never said that.
No,
I
he
That
said
wants
is
to
you
what
get
guys
the
go
orbs.
out.
That is
We
what
go
you
out
do.
there to
What-
get proof, and then
Yeah.
we come back with the proof, and then they
And
give us
then-
the orbs, and then we
and then
go
he
to the main.
said, now that we have proof, we can sneak out the army and take them by their flank. That's
Not sneak
exactly
out
what he
the
said.
army. Not sneak out the army from through the ditch. Casimir says, sneak out the army through the big run gates. They'll have a small scouts that are gonna report to the army as soon as we're out. If you guys manage to deal with them, plus the resistance, that's gonna help you. They're not gonna be able to give word to the army that has just gone to alleviate the problem caused.
So then,
Where is the tunnel?
hang on. They've got scouts outside.
They haven't.
waiting for word that
they have
know there's
resistance.
nobody there. So now that we know there's nobody there.
Sorry, can you repeat yourself?
There's scouts outside the gate. So now you know that there's nobody outside the gate because there's scouts there.
No, there are no scouts there. There are scouts waiting for you at the ditch. At the gate, there is the.
Then why do we
Almost
need to go to
free
the
Yeah, then
ditch?
why don't the scouts just tell us what's there then?
We have not had reports from them for a long time.
But then that's
And how
probably
do you
not
know
a good
they're
idea
still
to
alive?
follow.
I don't
I'm
think we should
supposing they're
go.
still alive.
Why aren't they
Where
reporting
is
to you?
Dangerous.
They're dead.
Where is
One,
the tunnel?
one at a time, please. One at a time.
Where is the tunnel?
He points in the city, like literally, it's like behind the Hall of the Sky. It has a secret sequence of bricks that you need to move in the right order, and then the tunnel will open.
What is the right order?
I'll show you when we get there.
No. Write it down. Tell us.
It's pretty hard to explain. It's a complicated process. I will show you when we get to the door.
Okay, whatever. Let's go then.
I still think it sounds utterly pointless.
I nod and then I want to pull Darius off to the side.
I just think we should just send some more scouts rather than waste people who are very capable fighters potentially to walk out to find that the scouts have got caught given the location of the ditch away and there's an entire army there waiting for us.
It is not likely that the scouts would have gotten caught. It is more likely that they
How do you know
cannot
this?
report back.
You're very
Well,
wise.
Well, then
Let's
if they
say
couldn't report back, then they must be somewhere between the ditch and wherever they are, and there must be something stopping them, which means there's something there.
we've heard of creatures around the ditch, but it's not the army. And the ditch has long been.
How do you know of these creatures? What
Yeah,
are they?
How did you hear
We
of the
need to know
creatures?
everything.
So we're
Okay,
gonna go
scouts-
on a
one-
stealth.
scouts
one
make a bet.
one
How
at
do
a
you know
time.
about
One
creatures?
at a time. Easy. I can't, like me as a DM, I can't keep track of you when 3 of you speak at the same time. So Aiden. Aiden, speak.
You need to tell us all the details. We need to know everything.
I will, if I can get a moment's respite from everybody talking.
I need just explain it now. We will stop talking if you explain everything. You're leaving out information we need to know.
Okay, he looks at all of you and says, okay, let me go through this again. You go out of the ditch, and you can get into the city without the army noticing you. The army is in the back courtyard, most of it. Some of the others have been sent around the city to protect strategic assets. We have no idea where those assets are. You need to find them. It's a pretty big city. The scouts have gone out a couple of days ago. They have not reported back, but as they went in, we found out that there are creatures lurking about in the ditches. We heard them, but not necessarily found out. They seemed not to attack us that time. I think we were fast enough to escape. We have no idea what they are, but considering the fact that there's nothing living there, they shouldn't be creatures of any kind of...
What did they look like?
So send another scout to find out what they are.
We cannot send other scouts. Our forces are repeated as they are. You guys are the only
We
ones who
brought
can
you
go...
3 armies.
You guys can go
I
outside
did-
secretly.
Shit.
Yeah, you guys can go outside
Don't have any
secretly,
say in this
find
item.
out their plans, find out where they keep their food, where they keep their weapons, where they keep their wives and children, and cause problems. Set it on fire. Anything that you think will draw
objection.
their attention.
Objection.
Go on.
Why would an undead army have wives and children?
There is no undead army. Whoever mentioned something of an undead army.
Did
An
you
army
say
of goblins,
children?
right?
Did you
You
say
did.
children?
The necromancer had an army, but that doesn't mean it's an undead army.
Answer me.
Sorry, what?
You say something about burning and children?
I said burning the food supply or setting houses alongside on flames, just to attract their attention. Whatever you think it's better in this situation. We have no eyes on the actual buildings.
Well,
So you
I've
need
always
to
found the
realise-
ukulele comes in handy in situations like this, so I could just go out and play that, and that would really get their attention.
He nods. It's you've done good so far. You've managed to make it so far. We trust that you can make the right decision given the right information, of course. He looks back and like somebody patted him on the back, and another knight comes through and says, "There's something else," and points on the map towards a big hole and says, "Here." And says, "There's a stash of alchemist's fire on the rooftop of that building. If you get there, you can use it."
Are you saying that the opposition might be human in nature?
I think that's exactly what he's saying.
They are goblins, orcs, human mercenaries. I've even heard talk of a giant, but I am not completely sure.
Let's hope the giant doesn't sleep in a ditch.
He grins. Not big enough.
I nod and say, okay then, let's go to the tunnel, and I flash the whole party like in a glare, like, do this.
Bro, there's
My-
wow.
I've got a plan.
I just want to get out. I want to see the open
my
world.
scenario is though that we go out through this tunnel, these monsters that are there end up attacking us, we end up in combat, we make a lot of noise, and we end up getting jumped.
Samal, I think that we should all go
Go
over
for
here
it,
and
Chris.
talk. And I kind of point over to the side and say, I think we need a minute.
5 feet away, we need to talk.
I'm
I
imagining
think
it's crazy.
I think we should get.
Everyone is huddled together
Almost-
like, okay guys, let's
Hey, Chucky, you're not,
Yeah,
allowed,
man,
you're not allowed to
exactly.
listen to this,
I
otherwise it's
think
fake.
we should get the orbs, and I think we should amass a large defensive force at the entrance, and we should take the finest warriors through this path, flank them, and do damage.
I think we should do something a little bit differently. I think we should tell them full well that we're going to go out this tunnel and fulfill their plans, and then walk out of the city and leave these fools in here to rot. If they don't want to get out, they can stay. The
mean, we-
mages, the people.
I mean, how many mages do we have? How many mages are in that tower?
Casimir looks at you and says,
No,
Hmm,
you
I'm
can't
not
hear
sure.
this shit.
No,
Like-
Casimir's not there.
No.
Oh, Casimir is-
I'm talking fully out loud.
If-
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
we were
I
in
mean-
group huddle mode.
But if we are, then I'm actually...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay,
You
then
like
Kazno
break
isn't
your
hearing it.
cuddle.
Actually, he left the room. Like he said, I will leave the room for you, and
Jake's
come
like,
to me when you have a decision.
Shit, did he hear what I said?
Yeah, no, but like if you guys were group huddle mode, he will leave the room and say, "Come to me when you have reached a decision."
No, I would openly discuss this with him. Sorry,
I-
I wasn't aware that he left the room. I know you lot said you wanted to huddle, but
I thought we
That
did
was the
huddle.
consensus.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
Also
Okay.
huddle, yeah.
But we should complete the huddle and then we can go back and do an open discussion.
I
That's
suggest
awesome.
that
Yeah.
if we don't do it, our new friend here has stated that maybe I should just go and figure out, do some recon. You will, no offense, aren't exactly the quietest.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You can go ahead and do that. I'm okay with that. That's
don't-
sweet.
it's a suicide mission now.
I don't think you've ever seen a bear in the hunt.
It's suicide. If one person goes out and gets caught, you're dead.
Maybe.
No, we should not split up, but if we want to get out, we can. We should assess the situation outside. This man clearly knows a lot, but isn't telling us a lot.
He
These
seems to
creatures
know
out
a
in the
bit too much,
ditch.
to be honest.
These
I
creatures
just
out in
think
the
we should
ditch.
secure our way out
doesn't
before we
scare
go
us.
out.
We should.
I'm not saying we necessarily go through the door, but we should secure our way to go through the door first.
This necromancer's an arrogant fool. If we find out their army, we can open the doors. They'll most likely be ordered a full charge. They'll pour in. We can pincer them into a maneuver. We can put them into a pincer maneuver. They can't fight if they're caught in a crossfire on both sides. I don't care how many they are. We put them into a choke point. We will win the battle.
It's just like the mages, just with all the mages, like we could make the army look like 3 times as big as it is.
Yes, but the mages
oh.
like to sit in their little tower and wear silly dresses.
Which is why we need to secure our way to get out, because as soon as they find out that we can get out, they're just not going to give us the thing. Because they're scared. Now that they know that we know how to get out, and that we can get out, they're going to be even more scared, and they're not going to give us a key for the door.
Could we take the key by force?
No,
Or maybe I should. Maybe I should.
I don't think force is appropriate, but we could take the key.
I don't know if a fight's the best idea. I kind of say nervously. Maybe I could just. You're a big guy. You're well known.
No,
Maybe
no,
you could
stealing
create
is-
some
stealing
sort
is-
of diversion.
Stealing it's not a good idea either, because as soon as they find that out, they're going to be equally less cooperative, and the last thing we want is a fucking tower of mages chasing after
I'm
us.
okay with whatever right now, just so you
It's
guys
fire-
know.
it's
I just
fireballs.
want to get out as fast as possible.
Well, we all do. That's why we're trying to figure out what to do.
I agree.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and just do nothing then. I'll just wait it out while you guys discuss. And so I start the epic journey of sitting in the corner doing nothing while you guys discuss for another hour.
Shuki, from a DM's point of view, if I cast disguise on myself and disguised myself as Isai and I took the robe off, what would happen?
You cast disguise on yourself. You take the robe off. You can see yourself naked. I mean, eyesight naked.
Hey!
Sorry. Oh yes. But the robe is not magical when you cast disguise on yourself.
But it would be magical, because it would be disguise magic.
Your robe wouldn't be magical. It's like an illusion.
Yeah, but it would be,
no,
it would be a
magical,
magical
but
illusion.
not in the same way.
It wouldn't
It's
give
a-
you the bonus, but it would look magical.
No,
Yes,
I know.
it would look magical.
If somebody just briefly looked at it with detect magic, it would possibly look magical.
Well, yes, of course. But if they focus that skill, they would be able to know it's a spell from the illusion.
It would require DM level knowledge to know that, though, Chucky.
No, it
No,
requires
I can
you to
spell
focus your detect magic on a certain item. Then you can find out the score of magic it's from.
Why couldn't he just do that before?
Dun dun dun.
He could, he didn't.
No, that sounds like far too much trouble causing to try and do that. As fun as it would be, I will trade you this robe for your hopes.
So, what do you guys do?
Well, it looks like we only have one choice to do, Chucky. We seem to be in a bit of a predicament. We don't know how that happened.
Let's just follow that one choice then. Screw it. Let's just go through the
go.
tunnel into the ditch. We've been discussing for a bit too long, to be
Might
fair.
even go better than expected. Who knows?
Yes, let's go through the
Yeah,
ditch.
they might even work out somehow.
Okay.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
particularly spiritual
what-
today, so I probably.
What's the guy's name?
Casimir.
I just yell, Casimir!
His name is
Uh,
Casimir Clearfield, because I wrote that
He-
shit down.
he enters, yes, his name is Casimir Clearfield. He enters the room and says, "Have you reached a decision?"
Take us to the entrance to the tunnel.
I say no. One more thing.
He looks at Samal.
How well dressed is this person?
Which person? Oh, wait, Casimir?
Yeah.
He is in full plate armor, with
And
a shield on his back and a long sword to his side. His full plate armor is heavily decorated, and he has a cape on his back that is a light sky blue.
I walk up to him and I kind of put my hand on his plate and kind of ting it, and I'm like, "We're gonna need some stuff because this sounds like fucking suicide, and I really like those capes. Can I have one of them, please?"
He looks at you. Only the Knights of the Order may have those capes.
We're
Well,
going on
sign
a
up, Gary.
Knights of the Order mission.
He
Roll a charisma
he
check.
shakes his head. You may try and roll a charisma test to see how it takes this. Actually, if you roll a 20, it might change.
What is it? What am I roaming? A diplomacy.
Diplomacy would be appropriate.
Go for it, Gary. I believe.
I mean, he says on a calm, not a cold and annoyed voice, he says that these are just for the Knights of the Order.
I just kind of like, well, you probably need to get the Knights of the Order to go on this mission then.
As I said, the resistance outside,
Okay, let's
if it's
just
still
go.
alive, will be with you.
Motherfucking YOLO.
I want a cape.
Okay,
I
so
actually asked him, are there any like able smiths in this town? Like, well.
So that the guy's
renowned-
wearing plate mail. He can give us his plate mail.
he nods
I
and
don't want
says,
plate
there is a very skilled smith. His name is Rock. He is a friend of the Order. You may visit him and
He's a
tell
f-
them that Casimir sent you.
The Rock is here.
Really?
Rock with an
The
L.
Rock.
No, L-O-C-K.
And
C-K.
spell.
Chance, is his name John Locke?
No.
No, his
I'm
name is
sorry.
Dwayne.
Philosophy.
Have you
Dwayne.
guys seen Champ? Have you seen Champ? Where's Champ?
No, but we have the Rock. Okay.
I just
Where's
turn to him and say, you must have something that we can use, even if you don't have any fancy capes lying around.
Swords, spare armor. Not much though.
Before
I
I,
mean,
go,
we
by
can
chance,
give you
Master
anything.
studied leather.
You can give us anything. Excellent. I will have some elven mail then, please.
Okay, let's go.
I look at Cadence and just say, "You're a priest, yes?
Indeed.
Your magic does not fail when you wear heavy armor."
Yes,
Yes.
I was actually exactly going to ask for if I could acquire maybe if
Full plate armor.
It's armor.
The thing is though, it's like the only thing. I mean, out of character, full plate is like.
Simon, don't worry about your fucking hair, for God's sake. Just put the
No,
armor
no,
on.
no. It's not. Cadence has +3 to her dex bonus, so not heavy armor would actually help.
Okay, so when you ask for
Except
armor,
full plate.
he says that he can give you. He has breastplates and chainmail lying around that is not used. Short swords, short spears, knives, the long swords, stuff like this.
Do you have any
Except-
cannons?
You really need full plate armor to walk around the town in.
It is my
Clunk,
father's
clunk.
armor. I am
Yes.
sworn
Clunk.
not to show my body in the daylight where people might see it. I need to wear this
Fair.
wherever I walk.
We're in a tunnel. This isn't daylight.
Wow.
Still,
Wow.
something to remind me of
Daylight. There's no daylight.
my
here.
previous life. He says with a
I
sad
didn't
tone
just.
on his voice.
Aiden just walks out and says, "Stupid people. I'll see you at the entrance."
Cadence, if we were discussing armor, Samal would strongly advise that you got plate.
I just say, okay, in character, I just look at him and I show my arms are like super skinny. I say I could not carry the
well, that was
full
the
weight
back
of
of
a plate mail.
There
Considerably
isn't-
slow me down.
isn't a penalty for weight, is it, Tricky?
If you go over your maximum carrying capacity,
I mean,
you cannot really move at all. I mean, you can crawl, but you can't really move.
I mean, what are you wearing at the
out
moment?
of character, I am already moderately encumbered.
Yeah. What are you wearing at the moment?
Breastplate?
Breastplate. It's not that much heavier, but
No, but you mean that's with the breastplate, I am like moderately encumbered. If I would have full plate, I would go to.
He hasn't had
Heavy load.
like he only offered breastplate to you guys.
Yeah.
Like that's breastplate and chainmail. That's what he offered.
Well, he obviously doesn't want a mission to be successful.
I will take up
And
his
I-
offer.
and I would
I will
also
take up
argue
his
that-
offer on the breastplate.
I would say to Samal like I move better when I'm not in. It would slow me down considerably. I prefer.
Samal
to-
says, when the enemy takes you flat-footed, however, it's much better to have a bit of steel than to try and dance around.
Yes, but
I,
when he tries to touch and take you, it's a lot better to dance around than have a bit of steel.
I say I'll take you up on that chainmail, friend.
You can have mine.
He nods to
Can you
both
wear
of you
chainmail?
and says, "We will try and
Oh,
find
hang on.
one
Can I
that
wear
fits you."
chainmail?
Chainmail is medium armor. Breastplate is medium armor as well.
Change shirts. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Can I wear medium?
Don't
Check
worry,
Bard.
guys.
You should know.
I'll take his chainmail,
I
I
think
don't
may-
think Bard
and then
are.
I'll go be seeing this.
I think
I
may
mean,
have to
unless
do
you
the-
need to.
Unless, of
we'll
course, you
need
want to.
We'll need to see what. Like we need to roll something first to see like
Oh,
if the
no,
new
light
one
only.
fits you.
And shields.
And I say, of course, friend, unless you want to let me. Unless that you will have some studded leather armor around here that you wouldn't mind giving up for a friend.
God damn it! Am I seriously in the best fucking armor I can get?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Unless you have, unless you can get Elven or something. Elven.
Well,
Yeah, there are Mithril shirts who I think they count as white.
Like,
I know what Nick wants to do with the chainmail. He just wants to freaking sell it.
Yes. Just take it, go sell it to the guy, and then
Okay,
just
everybody,
take his
everybody.
studded leather.
Shh. He points a guy, like a knight nods and goes, brings let's see. Do you actually ask for the breastplate, Cadence?
yeah, I have this plate, so
Sorry.
no.
I'm just choking.
Sorry,
to death,
say
don't
again, Cadence.
I have breastplate, so
Ah,
I
okay.
would probably. I would ask for.
I'll be right
I
back.
can't use it. I mean, the chain and ball is two-handed, right?
Yes, it is a two-handed weapon.
Don't think I can. Never mind. I was thinking about a shield, like a heavy wooden shield, but that would probably also put me over medium to heavy encumbrance, and that would slow me down. No, so I want to ask for it.
Okay, he brings the chainmail to Nick. Sorry, to James. James, you now have a big chainmail. It has drawn upon it the sigil of the Brotherhood of the Sky. It is a soaring eagle on a sky blue, sky blue sky.
But
I,
would. Oh,
I
sorry.
say I'll go. I gotta go right now, and then I just say I'll meet you all at the door later, and I just leave and go to the smith.
Okay, he said before you guys leave, he says to everybody, like if you guys want to go around, he says meet you at the door in 2-3 hours time. We need to get maps ready for review and all the information we can get.
By the way, Chucky, I would like though to, just drop by one of the, one of the smiths like I asked.
There is only one smith around
Only
in
one
town.
smith. Okay.
Howard Rock.
When the time arises and when he, maybe when there's, I don't think he can do this now because it's just something special. But if he can, when he can make that for me.
Yeah.
Let's see.
DM question, Chucky.
Do it.
When crafting wondrous items, do I need to know all of the components to it, or can there be multiple people involved in the crafting of it? Is it like we craft this, and this, and then somebody casts a spell on it, and casts another spell on it?
Let's see. You kind of need like all the ingredients. You need to know all the ingredients. If
It
somebody
seems
else,
a bit pointless, just because the wondrous item things have such a wide range of spells. You would never be able to craft more than a couple of things.
like if anybody else could have the wondrous item skill himself, like if he can do it, then yeah, he can help you. But if he doesn't have the skill,
I have the craft wondrous items.
right? You have crafted wondrous items. Okay, if you like tell this guy, like, can you cast the spell on this so I can use it as an ingredient? Yes, that is possible.
I need to go visit the mages before we leave then.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to actually Aiden is the last. Aiden and Delius. So Aiden, you walk away to the gate, to the where Casimir pointed.
Yep.
Okay. You get there in about 15 minutes. You see nothing obvious. Like you went where he said he would, but it's nothing obvious.
I sit down and curl up in a ball.
Okay, you curl up in a ball.
Like sitting like, an animal would. I
Yep.
turn around
Yeah.
a few times and sit.
Wait, is this the gate that we were supposed to go down?
No,
Yep.
only he is there. So yeah, this is where everybody is
I
supposed to
did
go.
say I was gonna follow when you said it though.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
so you guys get there together then.
No idea what everyone else is doing.
Okay, let's go to everybody else
That's fine.
before. If you wanna do any specific actions, just tell us. Besides that, let's firstly go to Nick and Chippendale. So James and Cadence are going to the blacksmith ferry together because there's only one blacksmith in town. So you wanna do anything specific, or does James avoid her? Does she walk with him?
blacksmith, man.
It's
I don't
not
care.
even a city. It's like a city, as I said before, hyphened, because it's just an outpost. They created with the people that escape here, most of the population.
As we just kind of walk, I'm just kind of asking about how is it like to cast magic, blah blah blah, like all this, just small talk, trying to be friendly because I know that she's been having a hard time, but it's kind of hard to like sound very serious about it. He's not very good about like the small little, I don't know, social norms. Just kinda
Are
like,
you,
Okay, so-
are you talking to me about
boring.
Ajax?
No, about magic and stuff and using
Oh,
magic.
yes,
No, I'm
yes,
trying to
yes,
talk
yes.
about everything besides Ajax. If the
Okay.
word Ajax appears, I'm going to take the conversation in a completely different direction.
Oh, magic reminds me so much of Ajax. And I say, no.
I promptly begin to
Like
walk
everything
faster.
reminds me of Ajax. Like,
It's a
I
lamppost.
see
It's
a
an
cat
Ajax
charging for a
post.
mouse. Like, oh, that reminds me of Ajax.
You little clingy.
Everything reminds you of Ajax. So, do you actually say that?
Who?
Do you, yeah, okay.
You're just bantering, I guess.
Yeah, okay, you have
I
small
just
talk.
kind of, after that, I just kind of be quiet after she starts talking about him. I just kind of let her go on, kind of drifting out into a dream state.
Okay, you guys make it to the blacksmith. It's a pretty nice establishment, all made out of wood. Inside there's like a little antechamber that has stones right around as well.
I was gonna say like that ain't dangerous at all. A blacksmith with like wooden over it, like
Yeah,
that's not
he
dangerous
has
at
like
all.
an antechamber where the forge is and everything that's like has walls of stone. An intense heat comes out as you open the door inside, and a man with like black smudge on his face and a hammer in his hand walks in front on the counter and says, "What can I help you with? My name is Howard Rock.
The Rock.
Welcome."
Well,
He's a
Can
big,
you
very
smell?
burly man.
I kind of look at Kid, and so I'm like, go ahead.
well,
Can smell.
The rock is.
see that.
Quiet down, people. Go on, Cadence.
No, I politely. You have more practical matters. You may be the first one to act.
I kind of shoot her a look and say, you don't mind?
Oh, go ahead.
I shrug and say, whatever. And I walk up to the guy and I pull out the chain, and say, our friend Casimir, gave me this armor, but because they didn't have the necessary studded leather for me, I'm looking to trade this in to, get more of a practical armor for my dexterous self.
He nods and says, "Well,
Well spoken.
this armor I crafted myself," and he kind of like goes with a 1 minute tale of how he made it like, so nicely. It's very nicely made. He kind of like brags a lot around, but then he turns back to the point and says, "Yeah, of course we can trade this. I do not have much gold lying around, but I can surely give you studded leather armor."
You're a renowned smith, well known in these parts from what I hear. Probably the best in this place. Do you by chance have...
roll me a diplomacy check, or yeah, a diplomacy check. Actually,
I
no,
don't
bluff,
really have-
bluff.
Bluff?
Bluff?
Okay.
That's not bluff.
Yes.
He's not bluffing.
He's lying. He's lying.
He's trying to
What?
not to be safe.
Just roll it. Just roll it. I
Okay,
want to have
let's-
something
What is my
can
bluff?
base this
Hang on.
around.
I need to find my thing.
Not necessarily bluffing though.
I know, but when as he wants to continue this, I want to have this, and I'm gonna use it if necessary. Good. Okay, continue on.
And I say,
I can't see you guys roll. Where are you guys?
I
we're on
sent
the
a
dev
link in
server.
Skype. Link
Oh
in
no,
Skype.
you're there. You're here.
I can't see you guys.
Scroll down.
Refresh.
I'll refresh.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, I say, you're a very well-renowned smith in these parts, and you do good work. Do you by chance have superior studded leather armor, the kind that only a master can make in the craft?
He looks at you and like ponders a bit, says, masterwork, you say. The
Indeed.
work of masters is long gone from this part. I am not as good as was my teacher, but I do possess some of his work. I am willing to sell it, of course, for a certain price.
Is it magical in nature?
I would not know. I am not a dabbler in the magic arts. I do not think, though. My master has crafted it before my very eyes. No enchantment was used, but the magic of his fist and his hammer.
I smile and say, I see. So, what are you looking for besides this well-made piece I have here from our friend?
So, and he looks. Are you sure he said you could trade it in? I know that.
Of course.
Okay. he says, "Oh, I do not mind.
What do you take me for?
I was just asking."
Alright.
Okay, let's see. So it's 150 plus 25 on the masterwork. What's you have a chainmail? Says give me 75 more gold above what you have presented me here, and I will sell you a studded leather armor made by a true master.
I ask, can I see the armor first to
Of course.
inspect it?
He walks in the back and brings out a beautifully made and well crafted studded leather armor. And he puts it in front of you. Shows, like, explains all the intricate work that went into it, the straps, the original design here and there. It's like no other studded leather armor you've seen before. And he kind of like goes on and says, like, every masterwork, every work of a master is unique in its own way.
I nod and say, very well, and I give him 75 gold, and I take the armor and thank him.
I just remembered, like, a lot of that gold is actually mine, and I gave it to James for like a couple of sessions ago. Like,
he cheerily pats you on the back and says, "See you later, lad."
Okay,
And
when were you having a break?
we're gonna have a break, and we're gonna just finish this, and we have a break after Cadence. You gonna eat?
As I take my
Okay.
armor and turn to leave, I give Cadence a wink and says, "There's my magic," and then I just walk out.
I just.
You, young lady, what can I be of assistance with?
Is he a human?
He is a very big human, yes.
How big is he?
He's about 190 meters.
Oh, he's not.
190 meters. Fucking
1.9.
Jesus, dude!
1.9
190 meters!
Hello! Hello up there!
Anyway,
Giant guys!
Whoa,
We
Whoa,
found the
whoa,
giants!
whoa, 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 whoa,
we
whoa.
found out what's keeping the sewer up.
Yeah, he's like fucking Atlas, like holding everything up. Hello,
Okay.
little lady. What can I do you for?
Okay, so
I
what do you,
craft
what do you,
with my feet.
what do you say?
How to get out of the cave? We just march him up there and watch him rip them apart.
You just climb up in. It's like Jack and the
He just,
Beanstalk.
he just pushes the city up and throws it into the
Why
ocean.
don't you leave, Atlas? Not the brightest man. I guess we could.
Well,
Can
I
you?
obviously.
He
Well, okay.
pops up.
This is
Can you
Spanish.
smell? What the?
And it's like,
Rock smash.
Okay,
Giant smash.
so what do you do?
how would you get so tall?
Why I. First of all, he calls me a young lady. I mean, she kind of blushes a little bit, you know. Say, In some time. I
In
mean,
like
she's
2 days.
technically like, yeah. She's much older than him. So, Master Smith, I say. It is but a cosmetic request I come to visit you for. And I pull out my I pull out the holy symbol I whittled from wood,
Okay.
and I say to him, when the
Quiet down,
hardships
people.
are over and we can once again taste the sweet taste the sweet air of the earth, I would like you to do this for me. And if you see it, I can just link it on chat. Do you
Yeah,
see
I
it?
saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah. So, like, you described that to him.
I guess that there carving such
Oh, yeah,
a thing
like-
would take like
No, he
Good.
even says that he's done it before. Like, he's like it's completely okay. I can do that. I will need the silver, and I do not possess silver in its raw state here.
Fair enough. But as we said, this is not a matter of urgency. It is only something I would like to have done when there's more peaceful time, if you know what I mean.
Yep, he understands. Okay, now I think we can take our first break. Do you wanna say something, Darius, before we finish this first part?
How'd you get so fucking tall?
Okay, so for those guys watching this on stream, we're gonna take a 5-10 minute break and just so everybody unwinds before we start our second part. I think let's ask the players first. Do you want to go 4 hours or 3 hours today?
4
5 hours.
5 we can do as well, yes.
I can do 5 hours as well.
28.
Wait, how many more hours is that? That would be.
That would be 4 more hours from now if you guys want to do 5.
We started 1 hour.
I can
we
only
started
do
2 hours.
4, I think.
We started
Because
2 hours earlier than we should have.
No, let's start 2 hours.
Just 1.
Yeah, we did.
1 hour earlier.
It was one
got-
because
your clock is,
You moved it back to 18 GMT, and then you moved it back the
doesn't
extra hour because it was 18
matter.
GMT.
There's
Doesn't
no,
matter
like,
when we
savings
started. Doesn't matter when we started. I want to ask you all, what's the hour you want to play? Like, how many hours do you want to play?
From now, just to make it simple.
From now.
I care not for your petty human problems.
Okay, so let's go. Let's
have a great character.
we'll go through this in the break, and we'll make a decision and say to those on stream after we tune back up. So yeah, 5-10 minute break, everybody. Coming right.